Good evening and welcome to the regular City Council meeting. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, 2025, and it's 7 p.m. Regular meetings are generally held on the first and third Tuesday of each month in City Council chambers here at City Hall. City Clerk Assistant, please call the roll.
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Jennings.
Here.
Councilmember Otto. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Johns.
Here.
Mayor Genoway.
Here.
Please let the record reflect that Councilmember Winstead is absent and you do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite Jan Charetz of First Church of Christ Scientist to provide this evening's invocation, followed by Boy Scout Pack, or Cub Scout Pack 872 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we accomplish nothing without your divine guidance. We reflect perfectly your unfailing wisdom and creative ideas as we plan and work together to make our city just like a city shining on a hill, apparent to all that our leaders follow your magnificent example of serving the people. And where we live in our city, in your safety, in your beauty, and in your productive fellowship. We humbly ask your blessing to shine a light in our hearts and minds and lead us in all the right paths. Amen.
Amen. Now, Cub Scout Pack 872 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Cub Scout Pack 872. Color Guard Advance. Please place your hand over your heart. Those in uniform. Veterans salute. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. To our nation's flag.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Audience, you may be seated.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to come down to the well and greet you, and we'll be there in just a moment.
Goodbye.
Not yet. Stay right here. All right, great job, guys. Put her there. Put her there. All right, what's your name?
Colton.
Colton. And what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
How old are you, Colton?
6.
All right, and how long have you been in Cub Scouts?
For 1 year.
1 year, and what's your favorite part about being in Cub Scouts?
Having fun.
All right, and what's your name?
Adam.
Adam?
Yes.
And what grade are you in?
First.
First, how old are you?
6.
And what's your favorite part about being in Cub Scouts?
Having fun.
Having fun. All right, well, we like having fun here in Laguna Niguel. We love having you guys. You did a great job. The lone man carrying the banner, the Stars and Stripes here in City Hall, and you did a great job presenting the colors. So let's give these guys a round of applause. Let's get a photograph real quick. All right. And are you going to dismiss us?
Kargar Mastis.
All right. Great job. Great job. Thank you so much, Greg.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. That's great. All right, we have one presentation tonight from the Laguna Niguel Chamber of Commerce, and I'm going to ask the new chamber president, Caroline Swift. Chair, I'm sorry. The number one, the lead, Caroline Swift, to come on down. Caroline, why don't you come over here, and I'll hand you the microphone so that we can do the presentation for the Shop, Dine, and Win contest for the Chamber of Commerce. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Perfect. So thank you, Mayor Genoway, council members, and the City of Laguna Niguel for partnering with the Chamber of Commerce on the Shop, Dine, and Win program again this year. So purchases made in Laguna Niguel between November 15th through December 31st were eligible. We used an app on personal cell phones for the entries, and promotional efforts were made on social media platforms, email blasts, campaigns, plus it was announced at the city's holiday parade. So there were roughly 400 separate entries for this. So again, thank you very much for helping us promote this. And we raised nearly $100,000, or not raised, I apologize. Nearly $100,000 was spent in this effort, and an average of $70 per entry. So I think we had a great participation from our city and people that live in the community. So before wasting any more time, Diane, were you going to do the drawing, or? So we'll get to our prizes. The third place prize is $250 in gift cards from Laguna Niguel businesses. Mayor Genoway will pick our winning third place winner.
Do I just spin it around?
Do whatever you want. Spin it and don't peek.
Okay.
There's no names on there, though. And Diane, you have the list of the name of the winner. So if you are present, if you win, you're present, we have your prizes here for you.
The last four numbers.
The last four numbers.
All right, I'm not looking.
Is anyone here eligible? No. Anyone up here? No. Okay, last four numbers. 3363.
Three, 363 is, back on the one page. Her name is Maggie Lee.
Maggie Lee, are you present? No, Maggie Lee wins $250 in gift cards from Laguna Niguel businesses. Okay, second place, which is $500 in gift cards from Laguna Niguel businesses. You're lucky. I should have my reading glasses. You're lucky. These numbers are big. 2320.
Two, 320. John Kinney.
John Kinney. John, are you here? No. So John wins $500 in gift cards. And our first place winner gets $1,000 in gift cards.
All right, I see Ann Moudry over there.
And are you here because you're thinking your number's going to be drawn, aren't you? Okay, it is 2356.
Two, 3, 5, 6. Oh, no.
What? You?
Ann Moudry.
Mayor, think you need to go confirm. And you know what? That's what you get for showing you. It's karma. Congratulations. Or maybe I read it wrong. No, I'm teasing. Well, congratulations, $1,000 of gift cards to you.
Congratulations, man. Thank you. Oh, boy.
Right. There you go, my dear. The big one.
We'll wipe it off.
Congrats, Ann.
That's so fun. Is it $1,000 or?
All right, that's all we have for presentations tonight. Thank you to the Laguna Niguel Chamber of Commerce. It's a great way to invigorate small businesses during the holidays, to have people shop here in Laguna Niguel and dine and win. Right, Ann?
Yes.
All right, well, thanks so much. We'll go back to the dais.
Oh, my favorite restaurant. Rangoon. $100, I can do damage. Sorry, Jody.
We will now move on to public comments. Any person wishing to address the city council is respectfully asked to complete and present a gold-colored request to speak form. These forms are available on the counter that is located near the entry door of the council chambers. Please be aware that the time limit is 3 minutes for each person to speak. There is a time for members of the public. This is a time for members of the public to share comments with the city council. The Brown Act does not allow the city council to respond to speakers at the meeting. However, city staff will follow up and respond to questions or provide information as needed. Speakers will be called in order from the request to speak forms. To allow equal time for speakers, minutes may not be given to another speaker. You may have another person read your written statement. City Clerk Assistant, are there any requests to speak?
No, Mayor.
Seeing none, public comments are now closed. We will now move on to our consent calendar. Are there any items to be pulled from the consent calendar for questions or discussion by the council?
Yes. I'd like to pull number 3 for comment. Thank you.
Pull number 3. Any other items? Seeing none, is there a motion to adopt the balance? All right, motion made by Johns, second by Jennings. And do we have a tally? I'm not seeing it on my screen. All right, let's take a voice vote. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any objections? Any abstentions? Seeing none, the motion carries 4-0. Thank you. Item number 3, Councilmember Otto.
Thank you. I just want to point out for our residents a little bit of information here that's in our investment report and what a great job our finance department is doing. Thank you, Director Argilius. We have about, we updated our investment plan recently to be able to get higher interest rates and to do a more long-term strategy. And so I just want to point out that $14.5 million of your tax dollars that are set aside in reserves are currently earning like 0.49% because when we invested it, the interest rates were so low. Well, they're going to be maturing in October, and we're hoping, what we're looking at the outlook is the interest rates are going to be around 3.5%. So you're going to see a lot more return on your money when we invest that. So we're going to go from 0.49% to possibly around 3.9% or higher. And then you ask yourself about liquidity. I ask myself, are we going to have this money available now that we're doing this longer term strategy? And our director of finance provided me with a chart that showed me every year we have between $7 and $9 million maturing. And so we're staying liquid. We're doing a great job with our money. And I just want to point that out for residents to know what a great job you're doing. So I think this is a receive and file. So I don't think I need to move it. Do I?
Yeah,
Move
it
it?
is on
Okay,
the
so I'll move
consent.
it. I'll move
Okay.
it. Thanks. I'll move the receive and file.
Moved by Councilmember Otto,
Second.
second by Councilmember Jennings. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you very much. All right, that is it for our consent calendar. There are no discussion items tonight. We will move right into council member reports, and we will begin with Councilmember Otto.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Just a few things. I'm proud to have been elected unanimously by my colleagues at the San Joaquin Hills Toll Road Board to be vice chair of that board. Also elected was Chair David Penaloza. So in case you're not familiar with the toll road, and I have to explain this a lot of times how this board works, the board is members of cities. It's elected representatives. So on the San Joaquin board, you've got Aliso Viejo, Costa Mesa, Dana Point, Irvine, Laguna Hills, Laguna Woods, Mission Viejo, Newport Beach, San Juan Capistrano, Santa Ana, and then 2 of our county supervisors, and of course, Laguna Niguel. So it's an honor to be selected by my peers and cities across the region. We manage the 73 toll road. We manage the toll collections, and we manage the debt and any new capital projects. So that's what the toll roads does. And we also are able to weigh in at the committee level on things for the 241, for example, and with the Foothill Eastern Toll Road. So I'm proud to serve in that way. Our staff is working really hard on the 241-91 connector, which a lot of you are, I'm sure, familiar with. You've sat in that queue. It's very long. We have had trouble with some of our partner agencies, but things are coming along really nicely now. And so that hopefully will get started. We'll get a shovel in the ground maybe end of this year. So that's my update there. I want to just send, I've got a kind of an action item and a way to help. I know that many people in our community have family and friends that were affected by the LA fires. And I just want to send, just my thoughts and sympathies with everybody who's struggled and gone through that. We all go through it with you. We've had our own fire here, and we've had residents here say they've been really upset just watching other people go through it because they have seen it for themselves. And I know that in our community, Laguna Niguel is a giving community, and I know that everyone has wanted to help, and I've had people reach out. And so one way that you can help is I'm partnering with our Orange County Supervisor, Katrina Foley, to do a diaper drive, because apparently they need diapers up there. So there will be collection boxes at the Laguna Niguel Library starting tomorrow if you'd like to donate diapers of any size. And Orange County Fire Authority will be bringing them up there to help us out. So I appreciate that. So they're going to go to people who need them. You know, we can trust our firefighters to take care of that. Lastly, I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody. I'm looking forward to working for the residents of Laguna Niguel, the neighborhood issues and the community issues that we all really care about. One of those issues is, I'm sure you've heard about this battery facility that we have that is proposed, that we're all against, the city is against. And we heard the horrible news story about Moss Landing, which is the world's largest lithium-ion battery plant. And that battery plant had such a bad fire that they had to evacuate 2,000 people. And we do not want that in our community. That is not something that we support. We do not want to have to evacuate our residents. This is a residential community where people live, raise their families, work, and it's not a place where we have an industrial use such as a lithium-ion battery plant. So again, Happy New Year, and I wish everyone good health and prosperity in 2025. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilmember Jennings.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I would like to thank Molten Lake Water District for presenting at our junior civic workshop. They learned all about Molten Lake Water District, and the students love seeing the hydro excavator in action. I'm also excited to be a liaison for the youth committee again. So fun to be back. It is a great group of high schoolers, and they are just such great leaders and so engaged. Our youth committee will be hosting Pizza with Police next Thursday, January 30th, from 5:30 to 7 at Ballpark Pizza. Everyone is invited. It is a wonderful evening to connect with our deputies, hear their stories, and ask any question you have for them. And our youth can earn volunteer hours, so it's a great thing. Yesterday was a holiday to celebrate Martin Luther King. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stands for a beacon of hope and a symbol of the power of unity, justice, and courage. Reflecting his incredible legacy and the sacrifices he made, I'm reminded of the honor I felt when I stood before his monument in Washington, D.C. The memorial's towering presence and the powerful words etched into the stone served as a lasting reminder of the progress we've made and the work that still lies ahead. Dr. King's dream was not just about equality. It was about creating a world where compassion and understanding prevail. As we honor his life and legacy, let us continue striving to live out his vision in our daily lives, standing up for what is right, building bridges across our differences, and ensuring that justice truly rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. And lastly, I want to take a moment to thank Orange County Fire Authority for their incredible work in supporting the efforts to combat the recent fires, LA fires, while continuing to protect our communities here in Orange County. Their dedication and bravery do not go unnoticed, and we are deeply grateful for their service. I also ask that you keep all of the victims of these devastating fires in our prayers as they face a long road to recovery. Thank you, OCFA, for all that you do every single day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mayor Pro Tem Johns.
Thank you. I'll start with January 15th and 16th. The council interviewed people for the committee, different committees within the city, as well as the commissions. I want to thank all the residents that came and interviewed, filled out the applications. We have amazing residents of this city that are extremely talented, and it was very tough to actually fill just the limited slots we had open. So again, we want to thank you for participating in the city and making our city a better place. We also conducted a ribbon cutting at Move Chiropractic on La Paz. Wish them much success, and it looks like it's going to be a great business. Finally, I know we're going to hear from the fire authority, from the chief, and I know that we've been briefed in different places I've gone, and I know our county and our city is as prepared as we can be for these events that are going to take place, and we appreciate everything you did and everything you did up in Los Angeles. And with that, our thoughts and prayers are with those residents of LA County who lost their homes and some who lost their lives. So we'll keep you in our thoughts, and thank you for everything that you've done to keep us safe.
Thank you. I've spent the last few weeks watching what's happening in Los Angeles County with the fires, and as we all have, and when you see what's happening in Los Angeles and some of the deficiencies with preparedness, sometimes that's due to not being prepared, not filling the hydrants with water. Sometimes it's just due to the fact that these hydrants aren't built to hose down Armageddon. They're not built to hose down wildfires of that magnitude. They're built for 1 or 2 or 3 houses. They're not built for entire neighborhoods of people. But nonetheless, we look at what's happening in the county just to the north of us, and it makes us question, are we prepared? Are we doing everything we can in the unfortunate event that a catastrophe like that were to happen in Laguna Niguel, like it did in 2022 with the the coastal fire at Coronado Point? And so I've spent most of my time over the last few weeks working with our staff, communicating with Molten Niguel Water District, communicating with OCFA, making sure we get up-to-date information, making sure those agencies put out information to inform the community that we are in fact prepared. We are in fact doing everything we can. We have water at the ready. We are doing everything we can to make sure that we clear the areas we need to clear to avoid a catastrophe as best we can. You can't predict these things all of the time, but you can prepare. And I'm just so grateful for our partners and the speedy responses and the research that's been done over the last few weeks to make sure that we in Laguna Niguel, we are prepared. And I also want to thank OCFA for actively communicating with the council anytime there's a fire, because everybody's on high alert right now. We've got the Santa Ana winds. Anytime there's a fire, you start to think it's going to spread fast. And so we want to make sure that the community is aware that either it's already put out or there is a danger. Luckily, the instances we've had thus far, OCFA has been at the ready and quickly arriving at the scene, dousing the fire. They've been doing a great job. And so I just want to thank all of our partners in that regard. To echo what Mayor Pro Tem John said, we participated over the course of 2 evenings last week interviewing potential commissioners and committee members for Planning Commission, Parks and Rec, Military Support Committee, all of our different committees and commissions. And it just goes to show you, we really have a culture of volunteerism in this city. It's a beautiful thing. And I want to thank everybody who applied and congratulate those who were selected to serve. I know you'll do a fine job for the city. And if you didn't happen to make it this year, I encourage you to apply again when we reopen applications. And one other fun thing I got to do was attend the grand opening of Parlor Donuts. This is the shop between Mendocino Farms and Cava over in the Whole Foods Shopping Center. Those are some good donuts. They've also got some really good cold brew coffee. Talked to the owner, and he told me that these Parlor Donuts, well, they originated in Indiana, and they're starting to grow across the United States. But Parlor Donuts in Laguna Niguel is the very first location in Orange County. They have a location in Oceanside. They're going to open one in Huntington Beach. But if you haven't tried them yet, it's not your average donut. It's pretty darn good, and I should not be going there every day. But that was a lot of fun. And one other thing that I attended, and I'll say a little bit more about this at the end of the meeting when we adjourn in the honor of a fallen firefighter. Many of us on this council attended an event for the Fallen Firefighters Fund in San Clemente at one of the breweries down there, and all the funds went toward the Fallen Firefighters Funds. We got to spend time with a lot of the firefighters, and that was just a really great time. And so I cherished that time we had together, and unfortunately, just a few hours after that, we got a call of a firefighter who passed away when he was on a call right here in Laguna Niguel. And I'll say more about that at the end of the meeting when we adjourn in his honor. So with that being all of the council member reports, we'll move on to staff reports.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Tonight's reports focus on our wildfire preparedness. So the first report is going to be provided by our OCFA Division Chief, Mike Summers, and then I'm going to follow it up with some additional information.
All right, thank you, Honorable Mayor Genoway, City Council, City Staff, City Manager Letourneau for the opportunity to provide Orange County Fire Authority's quarterly update. Since January 7th, most of Southern California has been under fire weather watch or red flag warnings. On January 6th, the OCFA diligently prepared for the pending fire weather by upstaffing 26 fire engines, 5 patrols, 2 water tenders, 2 bulldozers, 2 hand crews, 3 water dropping helicopters, hard covering all reserve fire stations. We activated our Department of Operations Center, as well as our Type 3 incident management team, and added additional personnel to our Emergency Command Center. The OCFA diligently ensured continuity of operations by ensuring all 78 fire stations remain fully staffed and prepared to respond to routine and complex incidents within Orange County. This is in addition to our surge capacity that we had on standby. On January 7th, the Palisades and Eaton fires erupted, causing immense property damage and even the loss of lives. The unprecedented winds and fire behavior resulted in tragedy for our Southern California communities. On January 7th, the OCFA sent several resources to the Palisades and Eaton incidents. The following is a summary of these incidents and how we supported them. Palisades Fire, currently at 23,713 acres and is 56% contained. We sent 2 Type 1 strike teams consisting of 10 fire engines. We sent our 24-person Santiago hand crew, 1 water dropping helicopter, and 1 Type 6 strike team consisting of 5 fire patrols. The Eaton Fire, currently at 14,021 acres and is 81% contained. We sent the following resources: 1 Type 1 strike team consisting of 5 fire engines and 1 bulldozer. Additionally, OCFA's Quick Reaction Force, which is the innovative aerial assault task force created and launched by Chief Fennessy and the OCFA, has been dropping hundreds of thousands of gallons of water on these fires since January 7th. Over the past few weeks, OCFA has continued to support these 2 incidents by sending additional resources, including damage inspection specialists, fire mechanics, and our urban search and rescue team to assist with recovery missions. The OCFA continues to monitor the National Weather Service's fire weather watch and red flag warnings and ensures we are prepared to respond rapidly to vegetation fires within Orange County and evaluate upstaffing of our surge resources. So fire risk and mitigation. The OCFA and the City of Laguna Niguel collaborate with local, county, and state agencies to actively manage vegetation, weeds, and brush in city-owned open spaces. This includes conducting regular weed abatement and brush management on city properties through contract professionals to meet OCFA standards. We collaborate with private property owners, HOAs, and community partners to address fire risk on private properties, partnering with neighboring jurisdictions such as the County of Orange and the City of San Juan to mitigate risk in interconnected open spaces. Each year, OCFA's Wildland Resource Planner and Wildland Operations Division collaborates with county and state parks to maintain fuel breaks to protect wildland urban interface communities from wildfires. Examples of these projects this past year are road grading, maintenance, and repair, vegetation management, fuel break construction, grading and installation of the helipod at the Tivoli Helipod in Aliso Woods Canyon. OCFA's wildfire mitigation team also works with landowners, government agencies, and HOAs and recommends abatement activities. Examples include working with landowners, conservancies, and OC parks. Regarding water availability, local fire hydrants, and water pressure, the OCFA continues to work with the Molten Niguel Water District and other water purveyors throughout Orange County. Further, the Molten Niguel Water District regularly tests their fire hydrants in both residential and commercial areas. Wildfire detection technology. Alert California wildfire cameras are strategically placed throughout our urban interfaces and remote areas to assist with early detection of wildfires. The cameras use artificial intelligence to detect anomalies. Whenever our emergency command center receives an anomaly, we quickly validate the anomaly and we send a full vegetation response. These cameras will and do assist the OCFA with rapid detection, response to vegetation fires in isolated or populated areas of the county. We recently sent a response into San Diego Peaks in the middle of the night. I believe Chief Fennessy had highlighted this recently on one of his brief updates, and we sent a full response and were able to keep this fire very small, which could have been burning undetected for several hours and gotten really big. Collaboration and training. The OCFA works closely with the City of Laguna Niguel and the Orange County Sheriff's Department to host joint training exercises throughout the year. In 2024, our training focused on unified command expectations and coordination of evacuations in the event of a wildfire or other large-scale emergency. Additionally, the OCFA actively participates in the City of Laguna Niguel's Emergency Operations Center exercises to ensure we are prepared for a wildfire or other emergency within the city. Community partnership and education. The OCFA collaborates with the City of Laguna Niguel to ensure we actively communicate with over 120 HOAs to promote home hardening programs and wildfire mitigation programs. These efforts include OCFA's Ready, Set, Go program and the Cal FireWise program, which offer valuable resources for residents to prepare their homes for wildfire risks. Additional wildfire mitigation and safety information can be found at ocfa.org by clicking on the safety tile. And then lastly, staying informed. The City of Laguna Niguel has an emergency communications policy which allows it to be prepared from an emergency communications perspective, where alerts may be released through social media, Nixle, the city website, mobile application, and/or AlertOC. These platforms are designed to inform business owners and residents of emergencies within our community. And this concludes this quarter's OCFA's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Summers. I just want to follow up and reassure everyone that your city staff is extremely well-trained in the event of any emergency, and so is OCFA, OCSD, and Molten Niguel Water District. Not only do we train individually as teams, we also train together in unison, and we are prepared. We hope we never need it, but we are very well-trained to take on any emergency that may occur. And those trainings continue, and it's a top priority of this city. I do want to share some additional information. We have Molten Niguel Water District put out some very important information. They've shared it on their social media platforms, so have we, but it's important to emphasize some additional information this evening. A question we've been asked is about reservoir capacity. So Molten Niguel operates and maintains 28 potable water reservoirs at 22 sites in Orange County. And as of January 11th, they have more than 52 million gallons of locally stored water available for the service area. In addition, they have contracts and rights to another 103 million gallons of water should an emergency occur. Last year in Aliso Viejo, Molten Liguel installed an 800-foot new pipeline and added 2 fire hydrants, providing a primary and secondary connection to the OCFA Fire Authority's helicopter hydrant. That new helicopter hydrant is capable of filling 7,500-gallon tank in just 5 minutes. Very important and right here in our neighboring community. And the other question I've been asked a lot is backup generators for Molten Liguel. And in the event of a power outage or system failure, Molten Liguel has backup generators on site at their Emergency Operations Center, which is critical to the water facilities and all of the wastewater facilities, in addition to the stationary generators at their critical water facilities, and they have 6 trailer-mounted generators ready for mobile deployment. So Molten Liguel water is ready, we are ready, and we are ready to protect this community in the event. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but if there is an emergency, we're prepared.
Thank you very much, City Manager Letourneau and Chief Summers. That's all comforting information to know that we are prepared in the event of a fire. So thank you very much. I will now adjourn this meeting in the memory of fire apparatus engineer Kevin Skinner. In the early Sunday morning of January 5th, before most of us were awake, firefighter Skinner and his crew were dispatched to a house fire in Laguna Niguel. While he was helping clear out the house, firefighter Skinner felt unwell and shortly thereafter suffered cardiac arrest and passed away. Let us never forget that fire engineer Skinner lost his life while trying to save others. He is survived by his wife and 3 children. On behalf of the entire Laguna Niguel community, we thank firefighter Skinner for his 25 years of service as a firefighter right here in Orange County and his service to this nation as a United States sailor in the United States Navy. On the morning of his passing, many of you may have noticed fire trucks lining the overpasses along the northbound Interstate 5, flying the stars and stripes from atop their trucks. Firefighters from across the county stood atop their trucks and saluted firefighter Skinner as he was transported. It was incredibly moving, and I know that Kevin Skinner's dedication to the safety of our people will never be forgotten. May God bless you, fire apparatus engineer Kevin Skinner. We are adjourned.